If you've ever solved a LeetCode problem before, only to forget it the next day, you're not alone. I used to have the same problem until I developed a system which helps me remember all the problems I have solved and cracked interviews at Big Tech. Today, I'm sharing exactly how I went from forgetting problems left and right to actually remembering all the problems I have solved over the years. Few of these were pretty standard, but the last one that I'm about to share was a game changer for me. Number one is understanding and recognizing patterns. This is a pretty standard point, but I see a lot of people making this mistake. I made this mistake myself, and that is, it was a cycle of me trying to solve the problem, not being able to solve it, watching the solution, not even understanding the solution and getting overwhelmed, cramming it and forgetting after a few days, and the cycle repeats. Before you go into solving random problems on LeetCode, you need to understand and recognize all the fundamental DSA patterns. So go online and get the list of all the DSA patterns that you need to learn and go learn them. Point number two, don't cram, rather understand the concept. I know it's tempting to just memorize a concept instead of understanding it, but that doesn't work. In this era, you'll probably never be asked a straightforward DSA question. Instead, you'll probably be asked a huge story-like ambiguous problem, which you'll have to break down into smaller chunks and map them with the concepts you do understand, which you won't be able to do if you've just memorized concepts. Ask yourself, why and how does this algorithm work? What's the underlying principle? Once you get the answer to those two questions, you'll be able to apply it to questions you've never seen before. Number three, write it down. Here's something that really crystallizes the concept, writing it down. And I mean literally with a pen and paper. It's simple and works wonders. When you write something down, you're not just storing it, you're processing it. Your brain literally has to translate it from code into plain language, which forces you to truly understand what's happening. I've personally filled up 2 entire books of just DSA problems and concepts over time. Not only does it burn the concept in your mind, it's also great for just revising before interviews. After you solve the problem, write down the entire algorithm in simple words, draw out the algorithm, and also write down the entire solution. Now, you don't need to do this for all the questions you solve because that would be exhausting. Focus on the important stuff. New algorithm, new concepts, or questions that just really tricked you. Now here's the game changer that I promised you in the beginning. My color-coded DSA tracking system. I have a Google sheet with different sheets filled with questions for each topic. Arrays, linked lists, trees, graph, TP, you name it. Now here's what you do. You serially solve the problems from left sheet to right sheet, and while doing so, you color code each question you solve. And the way you color code it is this. Green for all the questions you solve easily with minimal struggle, ideally under 20 minutes. Yellow if you took more than 40 minutes to solve a question or you needed hints. You understand it, but it's not second nature yet. And red if you couldn't solve it and you had to look at the solution. Then every week or so, you just come back to the sheet and don't touch the green ones at all. Focus on the yellow and the red ones and keep solving them until everything turns green. 2 things here. As you can see, I have a lot of questions. So the sheer amount of problems will help you map questions you haven't seen before to the patterns you already recognize. The second is spaced repetition in action. You're not letting your brain forget. You're actively reinforcing neural pathways. The goal is not to hold 500 LeetCode problems. It's to master data structures and algorithms so well that any problem seems familiar to you. Hope this video was helpful, and if you did think so, like and leave a comment about what you'd like to see next. Bye, have a great day.